The veil not only between you and the spirit world is thinner, but the veil between you and your manifestations are also thinner. So if you've been feeling called to start your business, to raise your prices, step into your next financial level, start leveling up in your love life and having men support you and financially provide for you, this is the time. Peace and prosperity. Welcome to Earth's Feminine. This is the Feminine Power Channel, where spirituality and feminine wisdom become tangible wealth, love, and life design. My name is Esaia, the Creatrix, and I am the woman who makes the invisible feminine principles make sense in visible magnetic results. Here on this channel, we awaken divine feminine authority, not just to feel powerful, but to live powerfully through your money, relationships, and your embodiment. If you're ready to manifest your soft, abundant life by leading with feminine power in the material world, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and stay until the very end, because today we're going to be getting into the dark feminine money portal that nobody talks about. Yes, holiday season is approaching. We're about to go through spooky season, wrap that up, and get into holiday season. And this video is really going to be diving into how holiday season is money season for the feminine, okay? And how this is actually a dark feminine money portal, and also how you can utilize this portal as a woman before it closes to maximize your amount of income, money, wealth flow during this time. So let me go ahead and explain to you why this is the wealthiest time of the year on an energetic level, on a feminine spiritual level. Before we dive super deep into this video, I want to invite you into number one, the Creatrix Collective, which is my membership portal here on this channel. We're going to be gathering for this beautiful new moon in the nakshatra of Vishaka. I'm going to be diving deeper into that in this video. This new moon ritual we're going to be doing is opening your path, your unique path to divine purpose and abundance. We're also starting the 30-day money frequency reset, which is going to be a daily recalibration for you to step into feminine ease and wealth flow this season. And for those feeling called to go deeper with me and unlock your feminine wealth frequency, comment the word receive down below in the comment box. That single word is going to open your field for you to be able to join us inside of Safe to Receive, the $10,000 feminine windfall activation, where you learn to let money and miracles find you effortlessly. The price to Safe to Receive is going to be going up on October 21st, and we're going to be getting started with the new moon ritual on October 21st. With that being said, now I'm going to go ahead and dive straight into this video. The first thing that I want to talk about for this video is the etymology of the word holiday. Holiday season. Holiday season. Holidays, okay? What are holidays and what really is holiday season? Okay, let's get into it. Most of us, when we think of the word holiday, coming from the word holy days, we think about the holiness of the church and religion. It's really like this sanctified energy of being holy and the holiness of holidays, okay? Because that is what the word holidays are said to represent. But really, when it comes to the etymology of the word, it's beyond the definition of the word, right? So how we societally define a word, what meanings we attribute to a word can differ significantly from the actual vibration of a word, okay? And the vibration of something is the essence of that thing. That is what I would say the femininity of that thing. This is the internal true meaning of that thing. And What we societally attribute to a word is more so of the masculine understanding, how we use it, how it's used to wield certain results. But our understanding of it is the femininity of the word. And so when we're understanding the etymology of holidays, holy and whole, holiness is coming from the word wholeness, okay? Holiness and wholeness, okay? So when we think of the word wholeness, okay, to be whole, in one way, it is to be complete. It is a complete form and shape. Usually we also think of it as a circle or some kind of a sphere, a spherical shape, okay? Something round in nature. Whole, to be whole is to be complete and to be one, all right? To be one with the divine. And to be one is also to be one with the universe, is also to know that you are not separate from anything or anyone on this planet, but you are connected and intertwined with everything and everyone. Wholeness can also be interpreted as wholes, right? Having actual whole. So instead of seeing it as a spherical whole that represents completeness, we can also see that whole as something that takes, as something that is empty or emptied out, like when we have holes in a shirt, or when we have holes in our sheets, when we have holes in information, right? There's holes in this thesis paper, there's holes in this story. We can also see holes as something that is empty, even though we have societally attributed the holiness, right, as being one with God. This is mostly what we understand holiness and holidays to be a representation of. The vibrational meaning of this word still follows the word, even if we try to change the definition of the word societally. Now that I have broken that down, holidays, okay, and understanding the vibration of the meaning is that of wholeness. What we can understand is that it does represent some kind of a portal, whether something is coming in or something is coming out, because it is so full, right? It is either full of wholeness or it is either empty and emptying something out. It is a portal. Holidays and holiday season is a portal. That is why they are called holy days. They are actual holes. Energy is open, receptive, magnetic. That's why so much money circulates during this season. People are literally being pulled into the vortex of giving, spending, and receiving. Next thing that I want to get into is, okay, but Esaia, what's the difference between this season's holidays and the holidays that are in the spring or the summer or the early winter of January? Well, I don't think there's really any holidays during that time, but in, February into the spring, into the summer, okay? What about those holidays? Why isn't that a money portal or considered holiday season? Well, that's because during the autumn, the days are becoming darker. Light is beginning to wane and darkness is taking precedence. What does that also mean? That also means that the feminine, the dark feminine, is taking precedence. Nights are beginning to rule over days. The moon is beginning to rule over the sun. And we're also moving into more feminine seasons like autumn and winter, versus spring and summer are much more masculine seasons. Spring being ruled by air, which is a mostly masculine element, partially feminine, and summer, which is very much so masculine element. We're coming out of that energy into the autumn, which is predominantly feminine, moving into the winter, which is completely and totally feminine. We're moving out of the extroverted, energetic seasons into the more relaxed, internal, reflective seasons, which represents feminine energy to a T. Since it's becoming darker and there's less light, time is changing and the nights are becoming longer, And we're moving into predominantly feminine seasons.
Also, I completely forgot to add in that autumn is a feminine season because it is ruled by the earth, the element of the earth. And the earth is a predominantly feminine element. It has some partial masculinity, just like air is predominantly masculine and it has partial femininity, but it's predominantly feminine. And so the same thing applies for winter. Winter is ruled by water, so it's not partially feminine, but it is completely feminine. It is the opposite of summer. So that is the basis on which I am determining and defining the season that we are in as feminine, just to be clear. Okay, back to the video.
And the nights are becoming longer. And we're moving into predominantly feminine seasons. This is the reason why this holiday season is the money portal. When you think about the darkness of this season, I also want you to think about holes that are also dark. Okay, what do you think of when you think about holes that are dark? Okay. I don't know where your mind might go with that. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to think about black holes in the universe. All right, black holes in the universe. Since we're moving into holiday season, the holy day season, the days of holes, the days of portals, basically, we're moving into a season that is more feminine, which represents darkness and negativity. We can think about this season as a type of black hole. Black holes represent the ultimate mystery of existence. Black holes basically represent the unknowable, where all known rationality breaks down and you have no choice but to invite faith into a higher power, into the divine, into the things that are unseen, into your life, because black holes force you to be in awe of a power that is completely beyond your control. Black holes are also recognized as a type of source, as the origin and destination of all things, where all things can come from and also where all things return. Black holes also represent transitions. They represent portals and openings to other universes, other timelines, or a completely new state of being. They signify a cycle of transformation and rebirth. Now, this is where we really get to talk about this dark feminine wealth portal, because everything that I described to you about black holes and this holiday season and how this holiday season is relative to the energetics of a black hole. A lot of what I said sounds a lot like the power of a woman, the inherent power of a woman. What I described to you just now, in essence, sounds exactly like the portal between life and death. Who do we know to be the only person that can provide that portal of life on this planet, but also having the power to say no to that very same life that wanted to come through her? Women govern over the portals between life and death, their own life that they can produce and create, and the rebirthing process of one's soul. That is the dark feminine energy. That is what creates the magnetism of the void. That is why this season is directly tied to your own dark femininity. And this season is also about reclaiming that dark feminine magnetism so that you can expand into higher levels of wealth, money, and even love. And I want to share a fun fact. Even the word whore, a term that originates from the same vibration of the word whole and holy. This was and is a term that is used to describe women who actually own their magnetic power, women who could attract what they desire. And now, today, it has been twisted to shame that power out of women. But this season is the season we're going to reclaim it. Now, the first holiday season we are approaching is Halloween, otherwise known as Samhain. We also have the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. During this time, the veil between this world and the other world is extremely thin. This is why, because we are entering into that dark feminine territory. The ancestors are closer to us, and spiritually, this is truly a time to call in inherited wealth, lock in your destiny, and also blessings that are meant and trying to find you. The dark feminine is the gatekeeper between life and death. And so this first season, when you decide to tap into the spirit world and connect with your ancestors, your spirit guides, whoever is currently with you, helping you, or whoever you would like help or assistance from, you can actually commune with them at this time. Now, I know for some of y'all, that idea is a little bit scary. But if you are truly to embrace your true dark feminine energy, a part of that is getting comfortable with the spirit world. When you have a good relationship with the spirit world, you can actually call in blessings, wealth, and good fortune because you are honoring the unseen. And the seen realm, the material realm, will respond to that with abundance because these worlds are not separate, okay? This is the gag. And at one point in time, these worlds were not separate, okay? At one point of time, specifically in the age of Pisces, and this is something that I talk about in my book, The Great Woman Resurrected. I'll go ahead and link that for you to purchase that if you like in the description. I talk about the age of Pisces and how the age of Pisces was actually a time where the spirit world and the physical world were actually one. The spirituality of life was a much more heightened. Elves, fairies, giants, all these mythical beings that we always hear about. The age of Pisces was the age where those beings used to walk the earth happily and willingly with people. And it wasn't until colonialization, it wasn't until the oppression of femininity that these beings actually went into hiding. And they only interact with those who make the connection and have shown reverence and respect for that world. This is the pivotal beginning to opening up that wealth portal, is embracing and acknowledging the spirit world as a part of your world and no longer moving throughout life as if it is separate or worse, non-existent. All right, so let's get into the queen zodiac sign of dark femininity. Shout out to all of my Scorpio sisters who are watching this video right now, or if you have Scorpio or 8th house energy anywhere in your chart, because Scorpio season absolutely is the next thing that I'm going to be getting into, but not in the typical way that you have heard people get into Scorpio energy. I am going to be talking about Vedic nakshatras that we are moving into during Scorpio season, okay? Mainly the two main nakshatras that we are moving through during the Scorpio season. But first and foremost, Scorpio season is ruled by death, rebirth, and transformation, and wealth through emotional power. The Vishaka nakshatra in Vedic astrology. If you don't know what nakshatras are in Vedic astrology, nakshatras are the 27 lunar mansions of the moon. They're basically 27 spaces and places that the moon travels through every year in Vedic astrology. And Vishaka nakshatra carries a frequency of divine purpose, growth, ambition, power, and achievement. Okay, this is the nakshatra of wealth in abundance. This is wealth in abundance that comes through fire. The upcoming new moon on Tuesday, which again, we're going to be doing a ritual on Tuesday in Vishaka Nakshatra. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you join the Creatrix collective, is also ruled by Jupiter. This is the planet about expansion, wealth, abundance, divinely allocated wealth, and divine alliances. Whenever we're moving through Vishaka Nakshatra, this is your spiritual wealth portal to align with your divine purpose, step into your true path, and move forward with fire and ferocity. So right now, energetically, the universe is supporting women in transforming fear into financial magnetism. The second nakshatra that we are moving through this Scorpio season is Jayesta. Jayesta nakshatra is the nakshatra all about leadership, authority, and wisdom. This nakshatra is ruled by Mercury. Jayesta nakshatra, and especially Jayesta natives, have this hunger for more. Jayesta is all about walking the path to more, discovering more, reaching out for more, and actually getting it. Okay, actually going the path that nobody dares to go in order to basically find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And because nobody really believes that there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, nobody goes. But Jayesta nakshatra is the nakshatra that goes and searches for the rainbow. They search for the treasure. They are hungry for it. Jayesta nakshatra is the nakshatra where most billionaires on the planet actually have Jayesta nakshatra somewhere in their birth chart. Overall, both nakshatras carry this energy of authority, leadership. Jayesta leaning more into the wisdom of that leadership. Vishaka leaning more into the passion, the ferocity, and success, and the accolades that come persisting until your wish is fulfilled. So during this time, not only do people feel this desire to collectively spin into the black hole portal of the dark feminine, but this is also the best season to launch or expand whatever it is that you're currently doing or whatever it is you desire to do or manifest. So momentum is already in your favor. During this time, businesses make the most money they could make in a year. I have made the most money in my business in this feminine season, always been in either autumn or the very beginning of winter that I have the most money come in. And it's that way for other businesses as well. And that is why businesses take advantage of this time. On YouTube and on social media, people tend to go viral way more frequently. I know personally on my channel, all of my videos that have done the best, they have done the best in this dark feminine season, in this money portal season. So the momentum is already in your favor. If you needed any sign, okay, this is your sign. Launch your offers, raise your frequency, raise your prices, claim your abundance, ask for more. Level up your relationships. Halloween through New Year's, billions of dollars are circulating. This is collective overflow. When you tap into it consciously instead of unconsciously, you can intentionally manifest massive wealth. And for you as a woman, it'll work even more powerfully because you are the dark feminine. You are the representation, the literal embodiment of everything that I am talking about. Yes, this is the best season for you to launch as a woman, to receive, to expand. You are surrounded by abundance. The veil, not only between you and the spirit world, is thinner, but the veil between you and your manifestations are also thinner. So if you've been feeling called to start your business, to raise your prices, to step into your next financial level, to start leveling up in your love life and having men support you and financially provide for you, this is the time. You're not late. You are perfectly aligned. Actually, you're definitely not late if you're catching this video now, because the season has only just begun. The dark feminine does not rush, she receives. And this season, we are receiving an overflow. If this message resonated, this is your sign. You might be ready to step into safe to receive. It's the $10,000 feminine windfall activation that will open your heart, your hands, and your energy to the support, money, and miracles already trying to find you. And before you leave me, I want to let you know that we are growing so fast, okay? Over this past month alone, my engagement on this channel has skyrocketed, and that just lets me know that the connection that I'm building with you all is getting deeper and deeper. I would absolutely love for you to be a part of helping me multiply this community to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. If this message resonated, make sure you share it with your sister, share it with a friend, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Matter of fact, if you made it to the end, go ahead and put "money is on its way to me" down in the comments. Share this video with your favorite woman and help this energy multiply. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.